Hello, dear students. Hope you all are fit and fine. Dear students, today we will revise chapter number 7, A Stormy Adventure. Students, a sea journey is always thrilling and exciting, but sometimes it becomes dangerous also, especially when it is accompanied by storm. Now, students, let's revise some main points of this story. Trishna, a cargo ship going to Philippines, and children on a voyage means journey. Students, the ship MV Trishna was carrying a special cargo of food for the people of the small island in the South China Sea, which had been struck by a devastating typhoon a few days earlier. And Vishal and Rohini. Okay, Vishal and Rohini accompanied their father, Captain Kumar, that summer, but their mother had stayed behind to look after their granny, or we can say grandmother. And children had enjoyed the video movies and books on board. But beta, after some time, the sea looked choppy. Okay, sea looked choppy. As you can see in the picture also, sea looked choppy. Then beta, Captain Kumar was very upset. Okay, he was very upset because the barometer had fallen steeply and the weather seemed to be getting rough. And after it returned, everything came down crashing in the cabin, and the typhoon was coming in full fury. मीन्स बहुत तेजी से जो है तूफान वहाँ पर आ रहा था. The typhoon was coming in full fury, and due to typhoon there was a risk of the ship overturning. Okay, due to typhoon there was a risk of the ship overturning. Then suddenly Vishal, Captain Kumar's son Vishal, okay, then suddenly Vishal remembered a boating incident in Okla, and he gave the idea to his father, Captain Kumar. And what's the idea, students? He gave the idea to his father, Captain, to tilt the ship to one side to expose the leak, and then they should plug it. And beta, it's very risky suggestion, but Captain Kumar accepted the suggestion of Vishal because there was no any other way left. Okay, so Captain Kumar accepted the suggestion of Vishal, and his idea worked, and the Trishna was saved by Vishal's idea. Now let's discuss these questions. Where was the Trishna going? Why was it going there? Yes, students, the Trishna was going to Philippines because it was carrying a special cargo of food for the people of small island in the South China Sea, which had been struck by a devastating typhoon a few days earlier. Now, students, what do you mean by devastating? It means that destroys something completely. बेटा किसी भी चीज़ को बहुत बुरी तरीके से destroy कर देना complete तरीके से. Okay, that destroys something completely. And typhoon means, students, एक तूफान, storm with very strong winds. Okay, then why was Captain Kumar worried? Captain Kumar was worried because the barometer. Now, students, what do you mean by barometer? An instrument which we used for measuring atmospheric pressure. Okay, the Captain Kumar was worried because the barometer had fallen steeply and there was a danger of typhoon which could have endangered the lives of the crew members and his children. Now, what was the effect of bad weather on the Trishna? The wind was whipping hard, and the clouds were threatening, causing Trishna to toss and roll and pitch alarmingly, and the spray flew wild, covering the deck with water. Then, students, what suggestion did Vishal have to offer to his father? Yes, students, Vishal suggested his father, उसने पापा को अपने suggest किया, विशाल suggested his father to tilt the ship. Tilt means उसको एक साइड पे मूव कर देना एक पोजीशन में, ओके, टू मूव समथिंग इन अ पोजीशन विद वन एंड और वी कैन से वन साइड, ठीक है. विशाल suggested his father to tilt the ship to one side to expose the leak, ताकि हम उस लीकेज को जो एक्सपोज कर सकें, so that it could be plugged. And students, Vishal's suggestion was promising but quite risky, as it could even make the ship turn over and sink. Then how was the Trishna saved? How was the Trishna saved, students? The Trishna was saved by working on Vishal's idea of tilting the ship to expose the leak and put a wooden plug there. Students, do you think it's easy for Captain Kumar to accept the risky suggestion? Students, no, actually it was not easy for Captain Kumar to accept the suggestion, because beta, if the suggestion was implemented, then it would mean risking so many lives, and he might be thinking of saving the ship at any cost. But students, he finally accepted the suggestion because there was no any other way left to save the ship. Now students, let's move on to the next one. What instructions did Captain Kumar give to his children, and did they follow them? Yes students, Captain Kumar instructed his children not to leave the cabin, कि cabin में से बाहर नहीं आना है, okay? Captain Kumar instructed his children not to leave the cabin. They remained in the cabin for some time, but when they heard two loud bangs means बहुत तेजी से आवाज आना, sudden loud noise like a bomb explosion we can say, ठीक है. When they heard two loud bangs, Vishal forgot his father's instructions and ran madly up to the bridge. Then how did the children entertain themselves on the voyage? Students, children entertained themselves on the voyage with video, movies and books. Students, for some time they enjoyed the sea passage, but later on Vishal felt bored and wanted to reach the destination quickly, while Rohini was feeling seasick. Now students, what do you mean by seasick? Actually we can say it's suffering from sickness caused by the motion of a ship at sea. Okay, then students, describe the scene inside the cabin after the ship had rolled and pitched alarmingly. Students, the scene inside the cabin was horrible, means बहुत भयानक वहाँ पर जो है scene था, which was very horrible. The scene inside the cabin was horrible, and bedlam seemed to have broken loose, and drawers and books came crashing down on the ground with every lurch. हर लर्च के साथ बेटा जितनी भी चीज़ें हैं, ड्रॉर्स हैं, बुक्स हैं, वो नीचे गिर रही थी. ड्रॉर्स एंड बुक्स केम क्रैशिंग डाउन ऑन द ग्राउंड विद एवरी लर्च, एंड इवन द फ्रिज had started a solitary jig across the floor. Next one. What warning did the chief engineer give? Students, he warned that if the water level would not stop within 10 minutes, the water would enter in the machinery. कि अगर water level को हम within 10 minutes नहीं रोक पाए बढ़ने से, तो क्या होगा? The water would enter in the machinery and he would have to stop the engine. Then students, did the children enjoy in the ship? Students, the children had come with an intention of enjoying, but Vishal was feeling very bored and wanted to reach the destination quickly, while Rohini was feeling seasick, we can see. Then students, why was the captain worried about the starving people? Starving means students, hungry people we can say, ठीक है? Starving means suffering from hunger. Yes, Captain Kumar was very concerned and worried about the starving people, as he wanted to reach his destination on Monday so that the people there could get food to eat. And the captain even asked the crew to pack the food cargo so that the food did not scatter. Now students, next one. What is Trishna, or we can say what is MV Trishna? Yes students, MV Trishna is a big cargo ship carrying food for the storm hit people of small islands. Now, students, I hope that all of you have understood this part well. So, students, revise all these question answers, learn all these question answers, and do written practice. Okay, learn it carefully and try to do written practice. That's all for today, students. Thanks and have a nice day. Bye bye.